Magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat na nakatutok at nanonood sa ating E2Live session ngayong Biyernes Matalino Friday. Ako po si Tutor Joshua.
Ako naman po si Tutor Queenie at nasa 7th week na po tayo ng second quarter sa Math 8. Napakabilis, no? 7th na tayo. Kaya inaanyayahan po namin kayong mga estudyante, pati ang inyong mga magulang at guro na matuto kasama namin.
Ayan, kaya tara po, alam natin na iba't ibang parte ng Pilipinas ay dumaranas at nasa ilalim ng academic and health break, pero nandito pa rin po ang ICTS ETU, pati ang mga sumulat at bumuo ng mga modules na kasama na pinagbasihan ng ating mga lesson ngayong hapon para maitulay at ang paggabay sa pag-aaral ng matematika. So, kapag may kailangan tayong i-review at i-skill, especially ngayon nga na meron tayong academic break sa ibang parts ng Pilipinas, nandito lang po ang ating ETU.
Ayan. So, pwede nyo lang balik-balikan, no? Available ang ating mga modules sa DepEd Commons at ang ating mga sessions sa ETU Facebook page at YouTube para sa ETU Live. Ayan. So, good afternoon po sa ating mga kasama ngayon. Si Love Francine De Leon Panalangin, Eliza Nicole Sawal, Irish Nicole from Ramon National High School, and Catlea Soriano.
Ayan, idagdag din natin si Catlea Soriano ng Ingod Ramon Integrated School ng West District Agadanan, West District SDO Isabela, pati ang si Ald Chris, QP's National High School, si Madeline Ganaban. Good afternoon po. Ayan, so again, tuloy-tuloy lang po ang pag-aaral natin ng math kahit na hindi tayo malilate kung tutuusin, Tutor Queenie, no? Dahil available nga ito sa bago nating Facebook page at sa ating susunod at na ata ang DepEd TV or DepEd Online sa ating YouTube.
So, yung topic natin ngayon, Tutor Joshua, katuloy to ng ating topic last week na conditional statements. So, today we will have converse, inverse, at yung contrapositive. Ay, handa na kayo sila? Mariel Kate Pascual, good afternoon from Ramon National High School, at Terry Ben Manuel, also from Ramon National High School.
So, bago tayo magtungo dun sa tinatawag nating converse, inverse, at contrapositive para malaman natin kung ano-ano ba yung ibig sabihin ng mga yan, reviewin natin. Let's have a short review on the topic that we had last time. Okay. Ayan. So, we have this first question. What is the hypothesis in the statement if two angles form a linear pair, then they are supplementary? Again, ano yung hypothesis dito sa statement na if two angles form a linear pair, then they are supplementary? Is it A, two angles are supplementary? B, two angles form a linear pair? Or C, linear pairs are supplementary? Okay, so hypothesis, Tutor Queenie. May dalawang parts kasi tayo sa conditional statement. Sige, let's give them 5 seconds. Don't forget to write number 1 dun sa ating comment section pag sasagutan nyo yung number 1. Okay?
Yeah. So, isipin nila, no? Mayroon tayong tinatawag na hypothesis at saka conclusion. So, alalahanin na lang kung sino yung hypothesis, sino yung conclusion kapag meron tayong if-then na statement, Tutor Joshua.
Sige, Tutor Queenie, pakisabi nga alin saan natin hahatiin para i-underline kung susulat natin.
Okay. So, meron tayong if-then, no, na statement. So, if, so yun yung unang statement, two angles form a linear pair. Yan, yung isang statement. And then, they are supplementary. Ayan. So, kailangan natin hanapin yung hypothesis. So, alin sa dalawa ang ating hypothesis?
So, kapag sabi kasi nating hypothesis, ito yung kapag nangyari, parang dito tayo magsisimula, di ba? Kumbaga dito, ito yung kuro-kuro natin. So, if, yung Tagalog, English ng kung. So, doon natin makikita yung hypothesis. So, the first statement in an if-then form is the hypothesis.
Ayan.
So, sagot natin dito, Tutor Queenie, is Letter B.
At yan ay nakuha, Tutor Joshua, nila Meryl Kate Pascual, Katria Soriano, Christopher Respicio. Ayan, maraming nakuha. Actually, sila Lea De Vera, Alci Samandri.
Anong tawag natin, Tutor Queenie, dun sa pangalawang statement? Doon may kita after ng then?
Kung may hypothesis tayo, then meron yung pangalawang statement dyan, and the conclusion. So, parang sa science, Tutor Joshua, no? So, pag nag-experiment sila sa science, meron silang hypothesis, tapos, i-go through nila ng kanilang experiment, and then, at the end, yung conclusion.
Yes. Kumbaga, yun nga, ito yung pag-iisipan nila na kapag nangyari, we have an end product or a realization yung ating conclusion. Okay. So let's have another one. Ayan. Which of the following is always true? A, right angles are congruent. B, supplementary angles are right angles. Or C, supplementary angles are congruent. So, Tutor Queenie, bago nila sagutan, may paalala ka ba? Actually, regarding dun sa question, hindi dun sa choices.
Ang definition natin nung nakaraan, pag sinabing ang statement is true, dapat, Tutor Joshua, lahat ng cases tama siya. Okay? And then, masasabi natin na false yan kapag may kahit isa lang na case or instance na magpo-false siya, then we consider that as a false statement. Ayan. So, pag may iniisip sila dyan, no, isa-isahin nila, meron bang instance na magpo-false yung statement na yan? So, yun, pwede na nilang tanggalin yun sa option nila. Yung matitira, most likely, yun yung always true natin.
Okay, so let's give them 5 seconds to answer this question.
Number 2.
Ayan. So, may sagot na ba sila? Parang kinakabahan nata sila dito sa item na ito kasi mukhang magkakamukha yung ating statements, especially letter B and letter C. So, saan kaya natin pwedeng simulan, Tutor Queen?
Siguro, simulan natin sa letter C.
Sige.
Supplementary angles are congruent. Tutor Joshua, totoo ba ito sa lahat ng pagkakataon?
Pag sinabi kasi nating supplementary angles, the sum is 180. So kapag nagbigay ako, for example, ng measure of an angle that has 150 degrees, okay, ulitin natin yung sulat, 150 degrees. And then the other one is, syempre, para maging 180 ito, kailangan niya 30 degrees, di ba?
And so obviously,
okay, obviously,
yung measure nila, Tutor Joshua.
Yes. So this is already false. Ang ating counter-example is an angle measuring 150 and an angle measuring 30. Okay, how about letter B, Tutor Queenie?
Tutor Joshua, since binigyan mo na tayo ng example dyan, no? 150 degrees plus 30 degrees. So they are supplementary angles. Pero obviously, di ba, pag sinabi natin right angles, ang measure ay 90 degrees. So yung 150 dyan ay obtuse, yung 30 naman ay acute. So hindi sila right angle. Ayan. So may counter example na agad tayo sa letter C.
Yan. And syempre kahit na hindi by the process of elimination kasi napakita na natin na mali yung B and C, patunayan din natin na yung letter A talaga ang sagot.
Ayan. So meron tayo, alam natin na ang right angles, ang measure niyan ay 90 degrees. Hindi sobra, hindi kukulang, walang decimal point, hindi pwedeng 90.1, 90.2, so exactly 90 degrees. Since lahat ng right angles ay exactly 90 degrees, therefore, we conclude that they are all congruent. And actually, Tutor Joshua, I think meron tayong theorem or postulate regarding that one.
Parang ano siya underlying postulate or theorem nga sa ating Euclidean geometry na ito palagi siyang nangyayari.
Ayan. So, nakuha nila Alci Samandri, Eliza Zawal, Madeline Ganaban, Rian Gakwood, Francine Panalangin, Lea De Vera, ayan, Katleya Soriano.
Okay, so let's have number 3. Hindi ko nalagyan ng number.
Ayan. Ayan. Kung alam na nila yung answer, no, pwede na nilang ilagay number 3 and then the letter of their answer. So for our number 3, what is the if-then form of the given statement? Okay, again, we're looking for the if-then form of the given statement. And the statement is, a square is a rectangle. Okay, so yun yung statement na kailangan natin ayusin na a square is a rectangle. Is it A? If square, then rectangle. Is it B? If a figure is a rectangle, then it is a square. Or C? If a figure is a square, then it is a rectangle. Ayan, Tutor Joshua.
Ayan. Okay, so paalala, kapag gumagawa tayo ng statement in if-then form, tatandaan, no, kailangan yung ating hypothesis or the phrase or actually statement after ng ating if na word, kailangan complete thought din siya kung tutuusin. So kapag sagot nyo is letter A, medyo kulang-kulang pa yung ating statement. Kasi unang pangit siyang pakinggan, pangalawa parang may kulang doon sa ating statement. Ngayon, Tutor Queenie, saan ba natin kinukuha yung paghahati ng ating hypothesis and conclusion?
Kukunin natin, hatiin natin yung statement natin doon sa ating verb na is. Okay, so a square, yun yung ating subject. So, yun yung gagamitin natin na hypothesis. And then, is a rectangle, yun yung gagamitin natin na conclusion. Yung predicate. Ayan. So, aayusin natin, no? Pwede sana if square then rectangle, kaya lang yung thought hindi ganun kalinaw, Tutor Joshua. So, kailangan nating ayusin na, ayan, letter C. If a figure is a square, then it is a rectangle. Ayan. So, marami nakakuha, Tutor Joshua, ng tamang sagot. Ayan, nandyan sila. Christopher Respicio, Nadine Manabat, Katia Soriano, Francine Panalangin. Ayan, Leia De Vera, Eliza Sawal, Madeline Ganap. Ayan.
Okay. So, ready na sila, I think, for our next topic kasi importante na malaman ninyo kung nasaan yung hypothesis and conclusion for the next ones. Especially when we are going to determine the converse, the inverse, and contrapositive of an if-then statement. And later, we will illustrate equivalent statements based on these forms. Kasi may iba't ibang klase ng form ng ating logical statement at meron ding iba't ibang klase ng pagsulat ng equivalent statement. Pero we will focus on these three. Yung pagsulat ng converse, inverse, and contrapositive.
Okay. So before we go to that, alalahanin lang natin. And obviously, naalala nila Tutor Joshua kasi ang daming nakakasagot sa ating comment section. A conditional statement is a compound statement of the form if P, then Q, where P and Q are statements. So keep in mind that the first statement is called the hypothesis. The second statement is called the conclusion. Pero Tutor Joshua, no, ang pinaka-clue nila dyan, yung karugtong ng if will be the hypothesis and then yung then will be the conclusion.
Okay, so another one, the first statement, not necessarily P, kasi later on, mamaya malilito kayo, binabali-baliktad natin yung mga statements na yan. And we will use logical symbols later, at ngayon, actually ngayon, pwede natin ipakita, yung if P then Q could be written in symbols as P, then Q. Okay, it's a right-hand arrow, meaning from left to right, yung ating arrowhead, nasa right lang. Kasi parang yun nga, no, kapag nangyari si P, magiging conclusion natin yung Q. Okay? At kahit kapag binaliktad natin yan na Q then P, okay, it's still a conditional statement. The first statement in this case is Q, pero yun pa rin yung ating hypothesis. And then yung ating second statement, yung ating conclusion.
Ayan. So, meron tayong notation, Tutor Joshua, yung arrow. So, yung arrowhead, tuturo niya yung conclusion.
Yes.
Okay. So, puntahan natin yung mga related statements ng ating conditional statement. So, given a statement, if P then Q, or Tutor Joshua, minsan binabasa to, P implies Q. Okay? Yes. Then the following holds. So we have the so-called converse of a statement, okay, and inverse of a statement, and lastly, contrapositive of a statement. Ayan. Tutor Joshua, pag converse of a statement, ito na yung nabanggit mo kanina na if Q, then P. Okay? So kung kanina yung hypothesis nila ay yung P, and then yung conclusion nila ay yung Q, okay? So there are statements na pagbabalik ka rin yung statements na P, then P at saka Q. So this time, gagawin na hypothesis yung Q, and then conclusion yung P. Ayan. Kaya, Tutor Joshua, kung maalala nila, nung nakaraang mga session natin, we take into consideration na yung statements natin ay complete thoughts. Para kahit balik-balik na rin natin, mag-make sense pa rin yung ating statement.
Dagdag ko lang dyan, no? Kasi minsan yung ating hypothesis, ang laman ay lines. Or subject natin dun sa hypothesis lines. Pagdating natin sa conclusion, ang pinag-uusapan na natin, angles. So, hindi naman pwede na kapag nilipat natin yung mga statements na yon, magkakaiba rin yung meaning niya. Kung ano yung nilalaman ng statement. Kaya kailangan kompleto pa din yung nilalaman ng mga statement. And next, we have the inverse of a statement. Kung si converse, ang ginawa nyo is parang pinagpalit. Okay? Si inverse naman, again, ang converse parang kabaliktaran. Physical, pinagbaliktad. Si inverse din, parang kabaliktaran, pero the negation. The negation of the previous hypothesis, then the conclusion will be the negation of the conclusion. So we have here, if not P, then not Q.
So, Tutor Joshua, naka-base to dun sa natin, original statement na if P, then Q. So, pag in-inverse yun, if not P, then not Q. Ayan, i-inverse natin. Lalagyan natin ng negation, parehong statement. Hindi pwedeng yung conclusion lang, hindi pwedeng yung hypothesis lang, dapat parehong merong negation.
Yun, tama. And then the contrapositive, para siyang inverse, pinagsamang inverse and converse. Kaya, pero parang pag tinawag kasi natin contrapositive, no, parang nagiging negative yung statement. Pero mamaya may matututunan tayong something special kay contrapositive of a statement. And its form is if not Q, then not P.
Ayan. So, anong nangyari, Tutor Joshua? From the statement natin na if P, then Q, binaliktad na, nagginawa na siyang Q, then P, tapos tinigate pa, not Q, then not P.
Yes.
Ayan.
So medyo nakakalito siya sa start. Pero I think, pag binigyan natin sila ng examples, especially yung talagang gagamitin for geometry, makukuha ng ating viewers ito.
Maka-familiarize din tayo dyan. Okay? Practice lang tayo. Let's have an example, Tutor Josh.
Yes.
So, give the statement in the form indicated for the item. So, the statement is, if two angles are right angles, then they are supplementary. Okay, Tutor Joshua, dahil meron tayong if-then statement dito, identify natin ano yung ginamit niyang hypothesis, ano yung kanyang conclusion.
Okay, sige, underline natin yan.
Ayan, sige. So, if two angles are right angles, dahil siya yung kadikit ng if, no? Kung two angles are right angles. So, that will be our hypothesis. And then, then they are supplementary. So, that will be our conclusion. Ayan. So, sabi natin, Tutor Joshua, kanina, ang converse ay, pagpapalitin natin yung conclusion, gagawin nating hypothesis, yung hypothesis, gagawin nating conclusion. Ayan. So, dahil na-identify na natin yung P natin, yung Q, mukhang madaling na yung gawin, Tutor Joshua. Paano ba yan?
Yes. So, alam na natin that the subject is the two angles or are the two angles. And then yung they, it pertains to the two angles. So kapag binaliktad natin sila, pag sabi natin, pwede natin sabihin na if they are supplementary, then the two angles are right angles. Pero usually, again, using English grammar, usually, inuuna natin yung subject bago yung pronoun if we're going to use different clauses. So mas maganda siyang sabihin na if two angles are supplementary, then they are right angles.
Ayan. So, kung papansinin nila, Tutor Joshua, no, yung kanina na then they are supplementary na conclusion, ngayon, ginamit na natin as hypothesis. And then, yung if two angles are right angles, kaninang hypothesis ngayon, makikita na natin sa conclusion. Ayan.
Ayun. So, again, no, ayan. Paalala na lang siguro, no? Kasi apat lang naman yan the original conditional statement. And actually, yung apat na yun, lahat sila conditional statement. Di ba, Tutor Queenie?
Yes.
The first one is usually called the implication. Pero dahil nga they have common properties, yung tatlo yung talagang ninename natin. Natandaan natin kapag converse, baliktad. Inverse, negate. Parang additive inverse, yung kanyang negative sign. And then yung contrapositive, ine-negate mo na, babaliktarin mo pa. Doble yung gagawin mo. Ayan. Kasi paulit-ulit natin itong gagawin for today.
Yan, at least nakikita ko nakakasunod sa atin si Ram Gafud at si Francine Panalangin na isulat na nila yung converse. Ang next naman natin, kung kaya na kayang isulat yung inverse naman.
Yes. So again, sulat natin, underline. Let's underline the first statement. Wag na natin sigurong tawagin siyang hypothesis muna, no, Tutor Queenie. Kasi compound statement naman siya. Tsaka babalik na rin natin mamaya yung mga babalik na rin at tsaka i-negate natin yung mga hypothesis and conclusion.
Ayan. So, gamitin natin yung P at saka Q para mas madali, no? Kasi may notation sa math, yung arrow P, tapos naka-arrow Q. So, para makuha yung converse, gagawin mo Q, then arrow P, and then this time inverse, not Q, arrow, not P. Ganun yung notation
inverse
natin.
Queenie. So, this should be
not P,
not P,
then not Q.
Then not Q.
Ayan. Kaya lang, Tutor Joshua, paano gagawin yung sinasabi na negation?
Okay. So, para siyang, number din. Yung positive 5, gagawin nating, ine-negate natin, magiging negative 5. Parang tayo nagmo-multiply by negative 1. In this case, yung ating statement, kung positive siya, meaning wala siyang not. Para maging negative, nilalagyan natin ng not, no, o kaya never. In this case, dahil walang not yung P and walang not yung Q, lalagyan na lang natin. So, if two angles are not right angles, dun pa lang na-negate na yung ating previous statement, then they are not supplementary. Okay? Tandaan, parehong ine-negate. Kaya lang, Tutor Queenie, paano kapag may not na yung isang statement natin?
So, parang sa multiplication, pag yung negative may multiply mo sa negative, nagiging positive na siya. So, kung not right angles, i-indicate mo pa ulit yan, magiging right angles na ulit siya.
Yes. Ayun pa pala, Tutor Queenie. Kapag sinabi nating negate natin yung right angles, hindi ibig sabihin na acute agad yung sagot.
Yes. Kasi pwedeng obtuse. Diba, Tutor Joshua? So, para ma-determine natin, ma-cover natin lahat ng hindi right triangles, ang pinaka-safe na gamitin, lagyan mo na lang ng word na not.
Yes.
Yan yung pinakamadaling gawin. So, tayo sa madaling paraan. So, Tutor Joshua, madali lang pala tong inverse, no? Kasi parang kinopya lang natin yung conditional statement na original statement natin, tapos ninegate lang natin, no? Nilagyan lang, since ito, puro positive to, so nilagyan lang natin ng not, yung parehong P at saka Q statements natin. Madali lang, parang kukopyahin lang and then dagdag ng konti. So, paano naman ngayon kung contrapositive?
Yan. So, again, pag sabi natin contrapositive, we will negate, then change the position of P and Q. So, we will have not Q, then not P. Okay? So, lalagyan natin yung not, yung ating conclusion na they are supplementary. So, this would be, if two angles are not supplementary, then they are not right angles. Okay. So, parang ninegate na natin, and then we...
Nagpalit pa, no? So,
yes.
Q at saka yung P.
So, pwede nilang isipin na si contrapositive ay converse ng inverse.
Ayun. Ayan, nakasunod sila. Francine Panalangin at Caslea Soriano na isulat na nila agad yung contrapositive. Ayan. Try tayo, Tutor Joshua, ng activity natin para ma-practice itong mga related statements natin. Ayan. So, may mga humabol sa ating live session ngayon. Good afternoon po sa inyo. Ayan. Sana makasunod. Okay, so we have here activity number 1. Okay. Number 1, what is the contrapositive of the given statement? So, pag sasagot sa comment, no, lagyan nyo agad number 1 and then the letter of your answer. Again, what is the contrapositive of the given statement? So, ano ba yung given statement natin? We have, if two distinct lines are parallel, then they do not intersect. Again, if two distinct lines are parallel, then they do not intersect. Is it A? If two distinct lines do not intersect, then they are parallel. B? If two distinct lines intersect, then they are not parallel. Or C? If two distinct lines intersect, then they are parallel. Tutor Joshua, parang pare-pareho lang yung ating statements, pero kung papansinin ng mabuti, meron dyan binaliktad, meron dyan nilagyan ng negation. Ayan. So, nilagay na ni Tutor Joshua ang P at yung Q. Ayan.
Sige, bigyan muna natin sila ng time para basahin yung ating problem.
Marami nang nakakakuha ng sagot, Tutor Joshua.
Yes. Okay, time is up. Siguro, Tutor Queenie, bilugan natin yung magpapadali dun sa problem.
Okay.
Kasi pinag-uusapan naman dito ay parehong lines. So, yung description ng lines, yung pwede nating tignan. Okay? So, in the statement P, the lines are parallel. Wala yung aking pen. Ayan. Are parallel. Tapos sa ating Q, actually kasama dapat yung they do not intersect. So ito yung parang description ng ating lines. And if we are looking for the contrapositive, this should be the negation of Q, then the negation of P. Kailan, Tutor Queenie, kung i-negate natin yung Q, ano kaya yung dapat na lumabas? Kasi sabi dito, they do not intersect.
Ang sabi, they do not intersect. So, ang negation yan, madali lang, Tutor Joshua. Kaya sabihin lang natin na they intersect.
Ayun, they intersect.
Para wala tayong makakalimutan na case, Tutor Joshua, no? Kasi kung bibigay tayo ng specific na instance, baka may hindi tayo mabanggit, magtampo. Okay, so, ilagay natin not na lang para cover lahat ng cases.
Ayun. And then kung i-negate natin yung P, syempre that is easy, are not parallel. So titignan na lang natin is dapat positive yung intersect tapos negative C parallel. So ang sagot natin dito is letter B.
Letter B. Ayan. At kuhang-kuha ang sagot nila Eliza Sawal, Nadine Manabat, Madeline Ganaban, Cheyan Gafud, Alki Samanri, Caslea Soriano, Francine Panalangin, Christine Ann Romero. Ayan. Dami nila. Nakuha na agad nila, Tutor Joshua, habang ating hinihimay-himay ang ating statement. Nakapagsagot na agad sila.
Sige, let's have number 2. Ayan. What is the converse of the given statement? If two angles are vertical angles, then they are congruent. Again, converse of the statement, if two angles are vertical angles, then they are congruent. Medyo may kadalian ito, Tutor Queenie, pero tatandaan, basahin ng maigi yung statement para hindi tayo magkamali. Is it A, if two angles are not congruent, then they are not vertical angles? B, if two angles are congruent, then they are vertical angles? Or C, if two angles are not vertical angles, then they are not congruent. Okay, so let's give them 5 seconds. Habang ginuguhitan ko yung mga kailangan guhitan.
Paalala lang ang hinahanap natin ay converse. Ano bang ginagawa pag hinahanap yung converse? Okay. So, Tutor Joshua, ang ating P dyan ay two angles are vertical angles. And then, ng ating QI, they are congruent. Kaya lang, so ang conditional statement natin dito, P then Q. Kaya lang, ang hinahanap, converse. Okay, so alalahanin natin, no? Tatlo yan kasi eh. Converse, inverse, contrapositive. Ayan. So, alin nga ba doon sa tatlo? Ayan. So, ayan, sinulatan ni Tutor Joshua, ang converse ay Q, then P. So, mauuna muna yung Q, saka natin gagamitin na confusion yung P. Ayan. So, alin dyan, Tutor Joshua? Medyo mahaba eh. Ayan, letter
Ayan. So, babalik lang natin. Hanapin natin yung R congruent dun sa first part ng ating sentence and then yung R vertical angle, hanapin natin dun sa latter part ng ating sentence. And wala naman tayo na doble dun sa ating options.
Ayan, nakuha na ulit nila Nadine Manabat, Francine Panalangin. Yung iba, no, na-realize nila, okay, yung converse ang hinahanap. And okay lang. Ang mahalaga, na-realize natin kung ano nga ba ang tamang state.
Okay, dito naman kakaiba, may iba yung ating instruction. We are given the statement, if two angles are complementary, then they are not obtuse. Again, if two angles are complementary rather, then they are not obtuse. Determine natin kung yung statement dito sa number 3 is the converse, inverse, or contrapositive of the given conditional statement. So, ang given natin, etong nasa taas, again, ito yung given. Like, underline ko na yung P. Tapos double underline natin yung Q para mas madali natin makita mamaya.
So, yan yung reference natin, Tutor Joshua, na statement na.
Tapos identify number 3. If two angles are not complementary, then they are obtuse. Converse ba siya, inverse ba siya, or contrapositive?
Ayan. So, hindi na ABC, Ang sagot ay kung converse, inverse, or contrapositive based doon sa given na statement sa taas na if two angles are complementary, then they are not obtuse.
Ayan. So, Tutor Queenie, ano ba nangyari doon sa ating hypothesis?
Ang nangyari doon sa P, doon sa original, if two angles are complementary, doon sa number 3 natin, ang nangyari, if two angles are not complementary, so naging not P. Pero double check natin, no, doon sa Q natin. Ano nangyari sa Q? Sabi doon sa Q, originally, they are not obtuse. Tapos dito sa statement natin sa number 3, sinabi niya na then they are obtuse. So naging not Q. Kung hindi obtuse, and then yung negation niya, obtuse.
Okay, so the correct answer here is inverse. Ayan, nakatama sina Christine Romero, Madeline Ganaban, Francine Panalangin, Lea Soriano, dami nila, Mark Anthony Iwala. Ibig sabihin talaga naintindihan nila, Tutor Queenie, yung ating topic.
Nakita agad nila. Alam no, Tutor Joshua, no, parang feeling, kung hindi tayo aware with this lesson, para siyang komplikado, no, pero actually, madali lang naman pala talaga. Kung sisiin lang natin paano gagawin. Ayan. Very good yan. Pati sila Christopher Respicio, yan, si Jayan Gafford, ayan, Aldin Medina.
Ayan. So let's have this one last example before we move to the last part, yung importante when dealing with proving, kasi yun yung ating next topic for next week. Okay, we have number 4. If two angles are not obtuse, then they are complementary. Again, identify lang kung converse ba ito, inverse ba, or contrapositive.
Ayan. So, Tutor Joshua, yung ating reference, ganun ulit, ang ating original statement, if two angles are complementary, then they are not obtuse. So, kailangan na identify, okay? Anong nangyari? Paano siya naging, if two angles are not obtuse, then they are complementary. Ayan. Hanapin muna natin, Tutor Joshua, ano nga ulit yung Q? Alin yung Q?
Okay, so ang nangyari, yung ating bagong hypothesis ang sabi, are not obtuse. Nakita na natin to kanina, Tutor Queenie, dun sa conclusion ng ating original statement. And then, kung titingnan natin yung ating conclusion na they are complementary, pareho lang siya nung hypothesis nung ating naunang statement. So, binaliktad lang natin.
Ayun. So, pag binaliktad lang, ang tawag natin dyan ay converse. Ayan, nakuha nila Eliza Zawal, Casella Soriano, Christine Ann Romero, Marian Manuel, Ram. Ayan. Ang bilis, Peter Joshua. Yung mga sagot nila, hinahabol na nila yung mga sagot nila. Okay, so, converse.
So, alamin ba natin ano ba yung converse statement, inverse statement, at contrapositive? Kasi kapag given tayo ng conditional statement, yung converse actually hindi naman palaging totoo. There would be instances na it would be false. So in this case, if two angles are right angles, then they are congruent. Pag binaliktad natin yon, if two angles are congruent, then they are right angles. Is it always true, Tutor Queenie?
Kung titingnan, no, if two angles are congruent, then they are right angles. There are instances, Tutor Joshua, na ito ay false. Katulad na lang kung ang dalawang angles ko ay 45 degrees. Okay, pareho silang 45 degrees. So, we say that they are congruent. Kaya lang, they are not right angles.
Okay. So, ibig sabihin, yung conditional na nauna, hindi siya equivalent dun sa kanyang converse. Okay. How about the inverse?
At pag inverse naman, if two angles are not right angles, then they are not congruent. Actually, Sir Joshua, ganun din, no? If two angles are not right angles, so let's say yung ating 45 degrees yung dalawang angles kanina, then they are not congruent. Pwede pa rin naman maging congruent.
So not necessarily true yung ating statement.
Ayan. So, Tutor Joshua, kapag actually, kahit sa in real life na situation, yung mga statements na yan, meron tayong mga condition na binibigay, no? So, pag binabalik-baliktad nyo, not necessarily na pareho sila ng meaning. Okay? Not necessarily they are both. Okay? Kailan lang pwedeng maging kaparehong totoo. Yun yung naiiwan natin na related statement, Tutor Joshua.
Ayun. So, laging totoo yung ating contrapositive. Kapag, again given na totoo din yung ating first conditional statement. Okay? Kasi po, it is logical to say that when the conclusion did not happen, the hypothesis also did not happen. Parang ganun yung nangyari dito sa ating statement. If two angles are right angles, then they are supplementary. This should be congruent, no, Tutor Queenie? Sige, Tutor Queenie, paki-explain nga pa habang change natin.
Sorry. If two angles are not congruent, then they are not right angles. So, kung meron tayong angles, no, na, let's say, 45, tsaka 50. Una sa lahat, hindi sila congruent, Tutor Joshua. Kaya, there's no way na magiging pareho silang right angle. Ayan. So, kung umpisa pa lang, no, na nailabas na niya na ganun yung nangyari. So, nangyayari din na hindi niya lalabas na through, hindi rin lalabas na right angle sila.
Ayan, may sinabi rito si Francine De Leon, si Nadine Manaba, tsaka si Marian Manuel. False, true. Actually, very good observation na yung ating converse inverse, they are false for this, what we call this, situation. Pero dito for the contrapositive, it is always true. And may special tayong tawag dito, Tutor Queenie.
Ano ang tawag natin dyan? We call that equivalent statement. So, two statements are equivalent if they have the same truth values for all situations or conditions. Actually, Tutor Joshua, meron din tong tinatawag na truth table truth value table, yung true, false, true, false, true. Ayan. So, may
Depende
mga
yun sa
ganun.
ating logical operators.
Ayan. So, yung sinasabi lang natin dito na yung equivalent statement ng conditional statement natin na P then Q, ang kapareho niya ay si contrapositive. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, Tutor Joshua, kapag true yung ating conditional statement na P then Q, then as always, yung contrapositive statement natin, true din. Pero, kapag ang conditional statement natin ay nag-false, then its contrapositive will also be false. Ayan. Pareho sila ng magiging value.
Yes. So, ito yung ating symbol usually for logical equivalence, yung double arrowheads, tapos dalawa din yung guhit niya. Okay? Para alalahanin ninyo na parehas ang ibig sabihin ng dalawang statement na yun.
Yes. Ayan. So, okay, kapag nai-discussion kayo, no, pag gumawa kayo ng statement, yan, dalawang yan ang palaging magkakaroon ng pareho ng ibig sabihin or ng pareho ng truth value.
Kaya yung pabalik na statement, hindi palaging totoo yun.
Yes. Yung pag sinabing, if P, then Q, so yung iba reason out na, so kung Q, then P, it's not
pabalik
always.
Na rin lang nila. Hindi pala.
It's not always. Kasi hindi sila pareho ng truth value. So, ang pareho lang ng truth values, ulitin natin, si if P, then Q na conditional statement, and it's contrapositive. Okay?
Sige, let's give them one last exercise kung talaga naintindihan nila yung equivalent statement. Okay? So, maraming forms na equivalent statement, pero ang binigay lang namin for today is yung ating contrapositive. So, yun yung clue in this last example. Okay? So, given the statement, if two angles form a linear pair, then they are supplementary. Is it A? The equivalent is if two angles do not form a linear pair, then they are not supplementary. Or B, if two angles are not supplementary, then they do not form a linear pair. So, contrapositive, gagawin lang, inenegate, at i-flip or babaliktad.
Ayan. So, kasi alam natin na meron tayong if-then statement dito, Tutor Joshua, no? At ang hinihingi ay equivalent statement. So, doon sa tatlo, converse, inverse, contrapositive, ang kukunin natin, contrapositive.
Okay. Sige, Tutor Queenie, alin kaya rito yung ating contrapositive, which is the equivalent statement?
Contrapositive, so babalik rin muna natin, no? So sabi niya, if two angles form a linear pair, then they are supplementary. So balik rin natin, if they are supplementary, then two angles form a linear pair. Pero inenegate natin. Kailangan i-negate. So that will be letter B. And if two angles are not supplementary, then they do not form a linear pair. Ayan, nakuha nila. Very good sila. Christopher Respicio, Francine Panalangin, ayan, Eliza Puksawal, Marian Manuel.
Ayan. So, saan ba nila magagamit yung topic na ito, Tutor Queenie, especially when we go to the next week's lesson?
Makagamit natin tong paghahanap ng tong mga equivalent statements na to pag napuprove na tayo ng mga statements, like mathematical statements. Okay? So, tutuloy natin yung proving na yan. I-apply natin yan sa susunod nating magiging lesson. Ang mahalaga ngayon ay na we were able to determine the converse, inverse, and contrapositive of an if-then statement, and we were able to illustrate equivalent statement at yan ang conditional statement at ang kanyang contrapositive.
Ayun. So, talagang kaunti lang kung tutusin, Tutor Queenie, yung ating examples kasi marami pa forms, again, yung ating conditional statement and the succeeding converse, inverse, contrapositive. Pero dito muna natin tatapusin ang ating tutorial session tungkol sa mga equivalent statements at magkakaroon pa tayo nito sa susunod when we have logical, deductive, and inductive reasoning. Kaya tandaan natin na pwedeng ulit-ulitin yung lessons para lalong mas maintindihan, maunawaan, so yung pagkalito ay mabawasan.
Ayan. Siyempre, dapat din ma-practice at i-apply ang mga natutunan para makita kung talagang naintindihan at kung ready na sa mga mas mas challenging na lesson.
Tuloy-tuloy po ang suporta natin sa mga bata, magulang at guro mula po sa amin dito sa Itulay Math Talino Friday. Susunod po, Mathematics 9 with Tutor Janet and Tutor Angelique.
Maraming salamat po at happy weekend ulit! See you po
Keep
next
safe.
week!